Alright, we're back with more GPD Win. Today I'm going to play a couple of games that originated on the Amiga, sort of. GIana Sisters Twisted Dreams is kind of a spiritual successor to the original GIana Sisters game on the Amiga and Commodore 64, and I've also got Alien Breed Impact, which Alien Breed was another Amiga game that I remember playing way back in the day. So we'll get right to it. Did originally have some trouble getting GIana Sisters to run. It just wouldn't at first. All I did to change that, I did the anniversary update for Windows 10, updated some other files, and switched it in the settings from DirectX 11 to DirectX 9, or 10 and 11 to 9. And that seems to have made a difference. The game actually runs pretty nicely, and the graphics look really good on this screen. And we'll go to play and get to it. I'll dim the lights. And zoom it in. And the music on this is by Chris Hulsbeck, who did the music on the original GIana Sisters game for Amiga, which I think is pretty cool. It runs on the Havoc engine. Oh, is that a dead pixel? Oh, that's kind of upsetting. But it's right at the bottom of the screen, so I can probably live with that, unless it gets worse. Alright, switch to X mode. Let's start. It's a little better centered. I've only played a few minutes of this earlier just to kind of see if it would work or not. And we'll just skip the video. I might have, oh shoot, I should have changed settings before I booted it up. I was going to enable VSync because kind of an odd thing about the GPD Win LCD is I'm pretty sure it was a panel originally intended for a phone or something. So it's rotated 90 degrees, and when you get screen tearing, it goes up and down on the screen. As you can probably see in the video, this game runs really well. I need VSync just for, you know, to eliminate the screen tearing, but other than that, need to jump, go this way. Oops, I goofed, I done goofed. Trying to watch through the viewfinder here, it's not really working. Just look over the camera. There we go, it's more like it. And we'll get a little bit of a close-up here if the camera will autofocus. The graphics are actually really nice in this game. It's just a little hard to tell on the screen because it's so small. Oh. And that's the neat thing about the game is that you got like a mode switch deal. It's kind of a cool mechanic. You can switch on the fly between like a light world and dark world kind of deal, which is a neat effect. I like it a lot. Alright, it's probably about enough for this game. You get the idea. It runs pretty smoothly. I don't know 100% if it's a full 60 frames per second, but it's good enough that I don't have any complaints with how it runs. And next we'll do Alien Breed, which is kind of a top-down shooter sort of game, isometric shooter. And it runs pretty well too, as you will see momentarily. Alright. Alien Breed Impact. So I put a few minutes into this game. It seems like a lot of fun. I'll probably play some more of it later. Also nice to kind of give you an idea of the loading times for a lot of these games. They're smaller games because my internet's slow, so I installed a lot of the smaller ones first. It seems to load a lot of the games at least reasonably quickly. I wouldn't say it's setting the world on fire, but I've only had it for a few days, obviously, and I'm plenty happy with it. Few minor complaints, mostly like the shoulder buttons aren't the greatest. The keyboard is taking some getting used to, and the texture on the joysticks leaves a little bit to be desired. But overall, I like this thing a lot. Alright. Continue.
Welcome to Intex Systems.
Single player, story mode, continue. I only got a little ways into the game. Just kind of give you a general idea of how it runs. Oh, worth mentioning, GIana Sisters works perfect with Xinput mode. This game works great with Xinput mode as well. Both games did occasionally stutter slightly when new elements would load. Like a loading screen, it might stutter for half a second or a second before kicking back in. But other than that, it's been pretty good. This button is run. Shoulder buttons rotate screen. Whoa. Oh, that was probably a good idea. Oh, I want that. Okay, dead end. Alright, I need to go this way.
Attention, all crew. Please evacuate this area immediately. Key card required. Security level authorized.
As you can see, it's a 3D isometric shooter. The game runs good. I don't. Oh, shoot. Occasional stutters, but overall it's pretty smooth. Let's do some capacitor control thing.
Systems offline.
Alright, we're probably going to wrap this video up here pretty shortly. Both of these games are pretty good. This is kind of like half GPD review, half game review, I guess. I've owned these games for a while, but I almost exclusively run Linux on my desktop, so I haven't really had a chance to play a lot of my Steam library, which is why I was so excited to get the GPD win. So I'm going to be kind of just giving my impression of the games and the console itself. in these videos. So, like I've said previously, if you want to see a game and I've got it, I'll post my Steam library list. You can let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy these videos and have a good day.